Whoops.
Right, we're live.
Yeah, I know. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 95 of Two Left Thumbs, your source of weekly gaming news and updates. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the Halo Infinite being put on hold, 505 Games paywalls control upgrade, THQ Nordic, a parent company, acquires the Metro Game Studios, Ghost of Tushima is getting a multiplayer, and Epic Games versus Apple versus Google. As always, Deaf Puppies and myself have gone across the internet to find the best deals from a huge range of publishers. We've just scoured everywhere, every storefront available. And remember, if you are listening now, don't forget to share the podcast around, tell a friend about it, leave a rating, as it really does help us grow. You can go over and sub to our YouTube, rate and review on your podcast platform of choice. My name is Gray as a Gamer. Join with me, as always, Deaf Puppies. Hey, man.
Hi, what's going on?
A weird start.
Weird start to the cast. We're okay. It's fine.
My Discord nearly dropped out. It just tanked. My whole it fully red barred, and my ping went up to 2,000.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You shall not cast.
That is the best, because I was even talking to you and you couldn't even hear. Literally, it wouldn't even.
Yeah, I thought you were just sitting there doing you were just dead silent, just looking around. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on? Great, go.
No. Discord being Discord, or it just could be my awesome internet.
But through the magic of editing.
Oh, that's right. Podcasting people will never. Yeah, that's right. They will never ever know.
They missed out.
They do now.
You've got to be here live for when we're live on YouTube. You can find the links in the description below
for our epic intros. Normally we nail the intros. It's
normally we do. Yeah, that's the first one we stuffed up in a while.
I don't think we have stuffed one up in the first opening seconds like that in a while. I mean, we always get tongue tied sometimes doing the intro when you got to read all the run sheet and whatnot. But yeah, that was a good one.
The intro is pretty smooth. We're semi-professional, nearly.
Nearly.
And then the other days where Gray will be doing the intro, and I'll panic because I haven't hit the record button.
yeah, that's right. You got the record button on.
It's good. We're fine.
We're good. Excellent. Wow, what a week of gaming.
Has been a week. The whole entire one, in fact.
There's been a fair bit in the news. A few big items to cover this week.
Definitely, yeah.
But before we get into all of that, talk to me. What have you been playing this week?
Well, I played the Avengers beta. Should we get to that in a minute, or you want us to dive straight into that?
Let's just get. We'll go through. Tell me what you have first, because we both played the Avengers beta and we've both got some thoughts.
Yep. So. Hold up. I have a game that I've been playing that I'm continually forgetting the title of. So just give me a minute. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Game. Is it on Game Pass?
No. It's I was giving it to by the developer. It's called The Ambassador: Fractured Timelines.
Right.
It's just popped into my DMs. Is that, hey, we've got this game coming out on PC now. We'd like to see if you want to give it a shot. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? I'm like, knew nothing about the game. I'm like, okay, fuck it, why not? So I picked it up, and it's a top-down stick shooter, kind of, where it's all magic and sword based. So the premise is you train to become an ambassador of time. Through this organization, and as you're going through your training, everything goes to shit, and you've got to go and try and save the order and restore everything. You are armed with a magical weapon and a sword, or a melee weapon, which is generally either a sword, a battle axe, or a hammer or something. And the only way you can use your hammer and sword, your melee weapon, is to throw it, and with your magical one you can cast a magic spell.
Right.
And so you move through each room, and you clear enemies, go through the portal. Every now and again at a portal, you'll get a piece of gear that you can use to change your play style up. One will be gives you restores your magic faster or gives you more health. The basic things like that.
Yeah.
Pretty fun game. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
The boss
Is it
fights.
is it procedurally generated worlds? Is it
No, it's
handcrafted?
it's it's all handcrafted.
Yeah, cool. Oh, what's the
I
art
think
style like? Is it
it's
cartoony? Is it realistic?
pixel art style.
Okay, like
So I think
16
like
bit. Something like that.
16-bit art style.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
It's hard to
it was a really fun game. The boss fights though, oh my fucking god. On average,
good.
I spent 2 hours on each boss fight.
That's some good boss fights.
The thing is, though, right? These they almost broke me. Hey, so these boss fights, right? Each encounter is about 3 to 4 minutes long, like the entire boss fight, if you get it right. But the timing required for you to do that is fucking impossible. I mean, not impossible, but Jesus Christ. Like,
It's just
there's
perfection required.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's that or if it's slightly off design with the encounter. Like there was an instance where I'm fighting a Cyclops, and he has this eye beam attack, and to telegraph that, his eye opens up wide. But if he isn't, because you can't see the entirety of the battlefield that you're playing on, like you see about 3/4 of it at a time. If he's off screen, you have no way of knowing that's coming, and it's a one-shot kill no matter how much health you have.
Okay.
And,
it's a bit
and
rough.
there was like there's a few moments like that were just really, really rough. But overall, it's a really I love this game and I hate it all at the same time. If you see it around, go check it out. It's definitely worth having a playthrough.
Is it on PC?
It's on PC and Switch.
Oh yeah.
It's on Steam and Switch as far as I know. I think it's pretty decent on the Switch too.
Those style of games to me just feel more at home on the Switch. Like it just feels like a better place to play it. Yeah, sitting there at your desk with a mouse keyboard or whatnot, or even with a controller at your PC, just feels like
I found
this is overkill.
PC really easy to control. Like mouse and keyboard was actually like it was WASD to move and then mouse to aim and shoot, which was fine. You know, it worked really, really well. I tried the controller and went immediately back to mouse and keyboard, but
yeah,
it's good.
Fair enough. What else you been into?
That's it. I've been avoiding Horizon Zero Dawn until they kind of fix it. The patch came out a few days ago. I haven't had a chance to get back in yet. Have a look, see if it's working. I'm hoping to poke in there tonight and see what's going on. See if it's streamable again because it was not great. But yeah, that's pretty me this week.
Let's get into the Avengers beta. So we got codes for the PC version for whenever we got it last week. On the weekend. Yeah. All right, we've both dived in and played. Give me your overall thoughts.
Why can't the entire game be like the first mission?
It's a fucking excellent point.
Yeah, I mean that's all. I mean, it was fun. Like I didn't get a lot of time with it. I probably spent about 3 hours. It's about all the time I got. I plan on trying to get some like more in depth on it. There's another beta next weekend that's open for everybody. Hopefully get some multiplayer stuff going. But oh my god, this game was buggy as shit.
Yeah, it didn't.
I have never known a game to drop fucking frames in a cutscene.
And the loading screen. Everything, yeah. It's just mine was doing the exact same. It was tanking from like up near 120 down to like 6. I was like, whoa, that is.
Yeah, I think the lowest I saw was like 15, but it was not optimized great. I played on the PlayStation as well because it was free on there for PlayStation, and it seemed to run okay though. So like I didn't have any noticeable issues that I saw on the PlayStation. I only played about half an hour on there, so not as much, but I didn't see any frame dropping or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the PC it was definitely really, really janky. The combat was just off. Like it was kind of fun.
Something, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems to be this. I think it might be the screen shake that's throwing me off, because there is so much of it. Every time you take a step, it's just like your whole screen is just like there's like a subwoofer pressed against your fucking TV screen at full blast.
And at least because we're on PC, we can turn like motion blur and shit off. You can't do that on the consoles. And like I watched someone do it. They were doing it on purpose. Like they were moving their camera around, fast during combat, and you feel ill watching us. Like,
yeah.
oh, that is
with the frames dropping as well in busy fights. It's really hard to like focus your eyes on what the fuck's going on.
And while we're just on the performance, like a lot of people that I talked with afterwards, like on social media and stuff like that, they're like, "Oh, it's a beta. Like you can't chastise it, bro." And it's like this is the last thing from a fucking beta of whatever you want to call it. This is marketing. This thing. This is out here to find out how quick it takes people to level up their little battle passes, and this is the data they're collecting. They're not collecting. Like this is at best they're testing some network capability, but they already know. They already know everything that's going to be happening.
This is final build. Aside from some network tweaking,
I mean, there'll be a day one patch for sure, but
100%,
it is in a rough spot. And if it launches the way it does on PC, especially on PC like that, they're gonna have a shit time. Yeah, they're gonna have an absolute
hard time.
I'm super annoyed with this game because I really want to like it. I like it, but I hate it. I really fucking hate parts of it. Really hate parts of it. Yeah. You can see because Crystal Dynamic, they are a fucking very talented dev studio. Look at the Tomb Raider games, man. Like fantastic, super solid single player games. Has done really well. Easy. Here, you can see that they have gone. Square Enix has obviously stepped in, and I don't know how they got the IP, for the game, but obviously they've got it. And they're just like, wow, we have got the keys to the castle with this. We have the Avengers, the first proper full Avengers game, riding off the back of the movies that we can just milk the living shit out.
There's a game there, but this is not why there's a game there. They're here to make a shit ton of money, especially coming like off the last week's news with all the deals with Verizon and all the other companies. Like you can, if you like chewing gum, like getting 5 gum, is it?
Yeah, 5 gum.
Yeah, the different shit, and it's so egregious though.
I can see 2 different games here. I can see the one Square Enix want, where they want to monetize the hell out of everything they possibly can in the game, and I can see the Crystal Dynamics one, who are the actual developers of it, and and that I can see in the story. I can see in the story missions, because the 2 story missions that we played, the opening mission, and the one with Hulk.
They were great.
They were actually really good. I mean, I've got issues with combat we can get into later, but the general gist of the game, it flowed really well. It felt fine, voice acting, all of that. It was really good, and that's what was the highlight of the entire thing, because it is a chunky beta. There is a fair bit.
Yeah, there's like 20 missions. I'm kind of concerned that that's a lot of the game, aside from the extra hero missions. Because, if you looked at the map, there wasn't a great deal of room there.
No, and even though we only did 2 missions, it could be a UI bug that they didn't remove, but it said 8% completed story. That was 2 missions.
Yeah, 2 missions, so it's... I know with extra heroes, they're going to be adding the extra story game, like the extra hero missions for each hero. But why can't that be there to start with? There's a good game there. This is so very Anthem. There's a great game there, but it's gonna come out empty, and it's gonna have a hard time recovering.
It is a very Anthem thing. It is Anthem just in skin. So then we got combat, and this is like, I made a comparison with someone. They're like, "Oh, Destiny's a live service game," and it's like, yes, it is. Very well done. You're a very educated person. They're like, "Well, Destiny works. how come, Avengers is not going to work with this IP and these characters and Iron Man and Thor and all that shit? And it's like, Destiny works because Destiny's combat loop is exceptionally fucking good. It feels good to play. You will do those strikes, you will do those raids, you will do that content over and over and over again because the mechanics of it are so finely tuned and it feels so good to run and jump and shoot and slide and do all the shit. Like, and then you sprinkle in all your guns and your special powers and all that stuff into the game, and it just makes it more exciting. And then they tweak that, and that's how they keep their live service going because they're introducing new weapons, but strip it all back, and its core mechanic is still there of how good the shooting is.
Yeah, exactly. The shooting is the foundation of it. Yeah. This doesn't have it.
Exactly. And then you build everything around it. This game has no combat loop in it. It is basic. It is boring. There's no weight to it. It's like all the reservations that, we all spoke about when we first saw this game, even all the way up when we've covered it.
Yeah.
It's all true. Every single one of them is true. And it's like, they don't know how to handle these powerful characters. Flying around as Iron Man felt like I was steering a bus, a slow bus.
Yeah.
It was just he's chugging through. I was like, oh my god.
I was playing a lot as Hulk.
Iron Man.
I went through, I think I did a couple of the smaller missions. I was just playing as Hulk. And the only way that the movement felt right was by constantly jumping.
Yeah, the jumping mechanic is good.
Yeah, constantly jumping and moving forward with the speed and the movement felt right then. But when like you're like walking, you're like, okay, cool, walking, and then you sprint and you go, I'm still walking.
Yeah, it's
just too. It's very sluggish. I can see where the combat trees are going. I don't know why they. So
what do you think they're gonna do?
Well, I can like the different abilities and stuff. I can see how they're starting to work together, with different combos. I know there's some very, very basic combos there in the game. I can see them adding more later. Maybe they should be there at the start. But there's like different trees you can go down to combine different perks. And you get different kinds of combat combos. But. And that I can see that there. I just don't know what this whole gear system is about. It's the biggest part of this that confuses me is the gear system. I don't know why it's needed. I mean, sure, have the skill trees, but I don't know why. I mean, I know they want it so it's a live service, but that is pasted in there 100% just so it can be a live service. If they took that out and just had the natural tree progression with the combat, tightened it up a bit and focused on the hero missions. Set, like great game.
That's the game. Yeah, definitely.
That's the game it wants to be.
Their loot is that's the next issue. Yeah. I'll credit them in the regard that the characters that you played as, the ones we played as, they felt different. Each one handled differently and played differently, which is good. That is a good thing. You don't want.
The same, because we were worried about that. It was like, are they just the same with different animations?
Yeah. So and it's like, and it felt actually decent to play as different characters and whatnot. And I can see people getting, they want to pick their character and stay as that character. Side note, it doesn't look like you level up any other character when you're not playing
character leveling. They have which individual battle pass. I can't remember what they're called. But why
character cards?
Oh, that's what character cards. Why is that there?
And that is just another that's going to be fucked. If you can't level up any other character because these strikes, these fucking shitty ass missions are going to be so average to go back and do. Could you imagine grinding out all the characters?
No, God no. I mean, at least if you're going to have that kind of system, there should be like, all right, you're playing as this character, you get a experience boost because you're playing as them, but the rest kind of level up slower.
Yeah. Anything
like that would fix that.
Yeah, I don't know, make it a bloody amulet or something that you can give to your secondary character that you want to play as next time. Because the issue, why I bring that up as an issue, is when you go in to do the co-op stuff, if your character that you want to play as is taken, you can't. You've got to select someone else.
Them?
No.
Yeah, no, that's not. No.
So you can't. So then what do you? So say you just pick Captain America, and that's who you mainline through the entire thing. Get to end game, you want to play with your friends, and one of them else is Captain America and has done the same thing as you. You're going to be, you're going to be fucked.
Yeah, because I guess I'll just regrind everything. I mean,
Speaking
those
of the grinding, the mission.
Continue.
Let's go with the mission.
Yeah,
they're
very short.
I put about 7 hours into the beta, maybe a touch more. Reason being, and I mainline Iron Man because the reason being there was one mission in there that was power level 12 or something like that to go do, and I was like, I'll just see if it's difficult at the start. And I went to do it and I got smashed. Like, no, like you are not geared enough, not ready to come in here and fight the normal enemies, but they just hit a lot harder, and it's just the artificial
typical kind of leveling system.
Typically just gatekeep. And so anyway, I mainlined Iron Man, did all the missions, did every mission. I did every mission in the beta, and that was like the longest one was that mission, and it's good in a way, but it's also bad because what they've done is they've broken that mission up into little ones, and that's the other ones you play as. So remember when Destiny used to do the story, and then they would take story sections and turn those into strikes?
Same
things happened here. So these missions that you're doing, the bigger missions that you're doing, the shorter versions, where you just spawn into like a underground laboratory or something like that. That's like step 3 of this big mission.
So you play all the missions to go back and play the same mission, all the same missions just in sequence, or is it a different story?
No, you play it in the sequence. No, you got to play it in the sequence. So you start in the open world, and then you move through it. You got to do all the bits, and it goes maybe, I don't know, it took me 20 minutes to beat. Whereas when you load into those other mission ones, it might put you, you're at the end section, or you're in an internal part where you've got to do something else, and then it just it just cuts out all the other stuff.
Oh, right, that makes sense, because I only got 2 of those smaller missions done, and like it was over like 2 minutes. It's like, oh,
yeah, they're super quick.
They're short. They're super quick, and like I thought I'd accidentally like glitched through one because I went into a room and I had to go open a door, and the door opened, and then I beat a ton of enemies, but I hadn't beat the enemies previous in the other room. I just got hold X, so I held X, and like I was fine. And then it was over. I'm like, oh, is there something else? Is that it? Am I done? Okay, cool. XP, here we go.
So they seem to reward, I don't know, it's obviously all going to be changed after the beta anyway, but yeah, it seems those are quick missions you can do to get some loot. It's not super geared, like it's not epic versions or legendary or whatever their scaling system is. The other one that I did, you were getting like purple drops out of it.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So, and by the end of it, my Iron Man was power level 20. Like, yeah, he was decked out. I fully upgraded his character card. I had his final costume.
Final costume.
And whatnot. So, yeah, there's some weird. It's not weird. It's going to be hard to see them getting out of this. I'm interested in this story. I like the story missions. I want to see where that goes and how long that goes for. But knocking 2 out and already being at 8% does not strike me as it's going to be a very long. I think the single player thing is definitely there, and it'll be cool. But yeah, straight after that, I think they want you to focus on the rest of the
grinding and leveling up and getting your characters sorted. Yeah,
get into that style of. Anyway, loot. Let's talk about loot because it is weird and out of place.
And technically non-existent because you don't see any of it.
It doesn't. It is loot game 101, man. You don't do that. No one likes this game. Is just a fancy Excel spreadsheet. That's all it is. You're looking at numbers. They don't do anything. Like it's so bad. The loot you get. So for people who haven't played it, You'll get drops during the game. Well, you won't get drops. They don't drop from enemies, which is even more annoying.
You have to pick them up from chests, which you find around
You got
the
to pick
map.
them out from fucking chests. Yeah. So go in, unlock a chest. You might have to defeat an enemy in a little area, and then you'll get access to another little chest. And some of the chests can be, I don't know, I think it's silver. I've seen like gold ones. And that's where you'll get your gear from. Your gear will drop for your character. It'll be a rating out of 5. I think it's got 5 stars on it. And then it'll either be like common, uncommon, common, rare, legendary, epic, legendary. I think that's their grading system. So it's going to be like silver, green, blue, purple, gold. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's from what I saw. Yeah.
But when you pick it up and equip it, it does not change your character. You get no cosmetic benefit from wearing the armor that you're picking up. All it does is it might add pim particles to your attack. And, you might be able to stagger Cairo enemies 20% faster with light attack. And it's really nitty-gritty shit stuff that has no weight, it has no impact. When I said I did my Iron Man 1, and I had nearly a full set of purple gear. So I was ready to kick ass. I thought this is going to look absolutely awesome. Equipped it all. Felt exactly the same.
Didn't play any different at all.
Didn't play a damn well. Nothing. Didn't look any different. Didn't feel any different. Like, I was like, this is.
I mean, even if they just they didn't want, it's ruining the cosmetics. Why don't you just have a toggle to fucking turn it on and off, so people that want to wear the cool shit and have that look can just go, show gear.
Why
the helmet in Destiny? He's like in the tower. Take it
Why
off.
not?
Yeah.
Why not? Let's. All right. I mean, we're gonna have to do this if we play the full version. So I'm not sold on if I will immediately. I might pick it up later. I don't know. We'll see. But why not get rid of the stupid the costume thing? You can see why they have it. It's because they want to sell you more costumes at a price they choose later on. That's the only reason it's in the game. These things. Why not scrap that entire bloody shitty ass system? Give us armor classes that you can do. Could you imagine going out into the game and trying to find an original Iron Man armor suit, a whole set? Say you got
go find the Mark 1.
Go find the Mark 1. Oh, and make it a legendary or an epic thing, and it's super hard to get, or it's hidden behind raids, or whatever it is.
It has a perk set when you have the full thing equipped.
I would grind for that. I would go back and do your shitty strikes over and over, even if it's like a rare 1% drop or whatever. That's how you do it, not the way they've done it, man. They've gone completely fucking backwards, I reckon, for it.
Yeah.
For their monetization, for them trying to make money out of this, I think they've screwed that idea up as well. I would have, if they had it done the other way, and then their loot actually means something, because as it is now, by the end of my time with it, I wasn't picking up chests. I was walking straight past them.
I was like, I'll put this on so I'm at the same level as the people fighting me, because I need to get through the mission, not because, this does this really cool thing and I want to try it out. There was no there's nothing. It's like, cool, yeah, now I'm slightly higher level. Yay.
Yeah.
It wasn't exciting at all.
I think the game's going to land with a gigantic thud.
It'll sell really, really well.
You reckon?
It will sell like fucking hotcakes, not because of us, because of people like us who play games all the time. This is gonna sell to a lot of casual gamers, a lot of parents and grandparents buying kids presents for Christmas. I mean, I know I was talking about this just before. I know I have to buy this pretty soon to launch, because I made the mistake of letting my kids play it, and they're like, "Dad, this is so cool!" And for the last 3 days, all I've heard is, "When's it coming out? When's it coming out? When's it coming out?" Fuck, what have I done? What have I done? No. So I'm probably gonna have to get it just for my own sanity. But honest recommendation, I'd wait 6 to 9 months before you looked at purchasing this.
Oh, yeah, I would. You nailed it. They're marketing and selling this game not to us.
No, not at all.
No, they're definitely not. They're selling it to The people you just
They're
spoke
selling
about.
it for Verizon users.
Verizon
People
users.
chew 5 gum.
I tell you what, though, Spider-Man will handle. I reckon Spider-Man will play really fucking well in that game.
I have a feeling he's going to handle a lot like Camilla Khan does. You'll have a ranged web attack.
Yeah, that's
And
probably true.
you might be able to like swing, like not at
Oh,
height
if
but
you
low,
can't,
like a hover kind of thing.
if you can't swing, don't even get me. That's so irritating. That man. I went to the open city section where you. I don't know who it's for, and yeah, there's like invisible walls and invisible ceilings, and you can't even go 3/4 up a building before it just like Iron Man just sticks in the air like he's not moving. It's like,
I had Hulk jump out, like I was like, return to the area. I'm like, I just jumped, man. Fuck. I jumped
Hulk doesn't
off
listen
a
to
high
you.
ledge. It's like, return to the field. I'm like, what? What? What is this shit?
He is hoping to wrap it up on this beta. He is hoping they get this story right because the story
They
missions
need
seem
to-
cool. They seem well done.
They're thought out, and they lay a baseline for the game, which is interesting, and like the other missions just kind of tacked on to the side of that. But I reckon we've got rid of all that and just had the hero missions, and that was it. It'd be a pretty solid game.
Yeah,
Like, not
no
amazing, but it'd still be a fun game to play.
No doubt we'll reserve our final judgment for when we actually get our hands on it. Which is, when is it? When's it coming out? It's out in a few weeks, isn't it? It's out in like 2 weeks. Like first week of September?
Yeah, early September, I think. We've got there's another beta this weekend. It's open for everyone, Xbox, PS4, PC. So if you are interested in checking it out, you can download it. Be warned though, they make you sign up for a Square Enix account, which I felt was like, why the fuck are you doing?
They can email you things
they can
about the
email
game.
you shit, yeah. But
Yeah,
the
there's
process
new
of doing that
tutors
is an honest pain in the ass. You've got to like sign in via email and fucking scan this app, and it's not a great way to open your game. You can't even go, no, I'll do it later. It's like, no, you must do it. I tried to get around it. It couldn't happen.
Again, but, see, it's just another reason why they're having this fucking so-called beta.
Right.
Nothing to do with anything about the game.
Look
it's
at
about
new members we got from the game.
Yeah, exactly. I already had an account. I tried signing in. I was like, it's like, oh, you've already got. I was like, oh, fuck.
I tried to link my PlayStation to my Steam account. That was a fucking nightmare. It took me 20 minutes. I was like, what the shit, man? I just want to play. But yeah.
Rightio.
All that. There's a beta next week, or this weekend. So get in, try it out if you're interested. Let us know what you think.
Have a play. Let us know. Yeah. Right. Well, shall we get into it? We've got a fair bit of other fucking news to cover this week. So should we run through some quick deals? I knew the Avengers thing would go for a while. You wait till the full game.
Oh, God.
Be for an hour and a half. PlayStation Network this week. We got on the PlayStation Plus, Fall Guys. Holy Jesus, the little indie that could, that game.
The little indie that is now Devolver Digital's biggest selling game ever.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with it for sure.
Right.
Fall Guys and Modern Warfare 2 Remastered still out there. PSN, we've picked Wreckfest for $33 and Super Hot VR Edition for $19. Over on Xbox this week, our Game Pass pick of the week, Microsoft Flight Simulator. This thing is absolutely scoring off the Richter charts, man. This thing's like going to be... It's going to be like
the whole fucking world, man.
Which is super. Did you see how they got to do it? You got to have internet for it to work. But holy Christ, does it chew some crazy data. But as of I don't know when it was, maybe early this morning or something like that. Yesterday, I don't know. There was 19. I think I saw it out on 19 reviews on Metacritic for like a 97 score. Like it's doing ridiculous.
It's beating Half-Life. It's the highest scoring game.
Yeah, of the year.
Of the year, it's beat out Half-Life Alyx for the top spot as well.
It's done by Abstergo Studios, who, if you don't know, are a third-party team. They're not owned by anyone. And the last game they did was Plague Tale: Innocence, which was a fucking stellar game. But how different are those games that the studio? It's like they're doing the ultimate flex. They're like, look what we can do. Like on the left hand, we can do a sick
Flight
game.
sim.
Like, yeah,
We got this shit.
I love it. They're doing really well. I mean, Flight Simulator is a game I will never even think about installing on my computer. It's not for me. But it's also very large. It would take me about a year and a half to download.
That's a big file.
It is a huge file. Huge file. So just be warned. And it's not on Xbox.
No, it's on PC only. It is coming to Xbox soon.
Whenever.
We don't have a date. We don't know when, but it is. They plan on bringing it to Xbox at some point. I have a feeling it'll come with Series X.
Yeah.
It won't be on
yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. It is. It does seem very taxing on some PCs. Next, we have for our games of gold, Portal Knights, Override, Mech City Brawl, and Red Faction 2. Fuck, I loved Red Faction, man, on the PS2.
Yeah.
Jesus, it was so much fun. Yeah, I put stupid hours into that game when it released. That was like one of the originals on PlayStation 2, I think. Awesome game. Deals with gold this week. We've got Greedfall at 1986 and The Walking Dead Michonne, the complete season for $4.31. Greedfall can recommend. I've got a review on my YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. It is awesome.
That plug though.
Go check it out. Yeah, I think these guys, Spiders, are the next BioWare.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the old BioWare, pretty much.
Old BioWare,
not the new BioWare, not Anthem BioWare. We don't want that.
No, we don't.
Over on the Switch. Oh man, we got the Disney Classic Games collection of Aladdin and the Lion King for $18. Do you remember playing this back in the day?
I remember hating these games so much because it was so fucking hard.
It's so hard, man.
And I'm like, I thought it was just me being a kid. I played them like years later. I'm like, oh no, these are just fucking hard games.
It'd be interesting if we could beat them now.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think we could beat them now?
Probably not.
You know, I don't want to
boss fight a stick shooter, so I'm fucked.
It took me 3 hours to sign up to fucking Anthem's beta just because I had to use my fucking email and link my account. I'm not beating Aladdin. I got memories of these games, and yeah, no save. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe you can save it now because there was no save. I remember that being a big pain in the ass. You get to the end, and you die. It's like back to the start. You go. Over on the Epic Store, we've got Remnant from the Ashes and the Altos collection. Remnant from the Ashes, super good game. I didn't get to play enough of it. I really should go back to continue on with that. Altos collection, I'm not too sure about that one though.
It's a side-scrolling skiing / snowboarding game. Looked interesting.
Fair enough. Well, that's it.
Podcast
Shall we
go home?
Bye. Lock it off. Shall we get into some news?
Yes, some of it. I mean, all of it, but some of it.
Right. Yeah. First off, and we've had a lot of this the last few weeks. Old Halo. Halo has been mentioned on the podcast quite extensively. But this one here, it's on air for all the wrong reasons. This one, Halo Infinite isn't going to make the Xbox Series X holiday launch. After its big reveal in July, Xbox Showcase was criticized largely for its graphics. Microsoft has delayed the game into 2021. It's a dramatic move for the game meant to spearhead Microsoft's new console launch. Here's the meat of the message from Halo Infinite studio head Chris Lee. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343 Industries, who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. However, it is not sustainable for the well-being of our team or the overall success of the game to ship this holiday. Lee also writes that the extra time will let us finish the critical work necessary to deliver the most ambitious Halo game ever at the quality we know our fans expect. What do you think?
I mean, you called it what 3 weeks ago.
I did.
You did. Well done.
I did. Thank you. Thank you. Hold your applause, people. You better be clapping in the car. Make sure you're at the lights.
Yeah, don't take your hands off the wheels. It's a terrible idea. I mean, sure, it's fine. They want to do some more work to it. It's gonna suck for Xbox sales. Like, I think there was a tweet from Aaron Greenberg like immediately after this came out, spurring the hundreds of games they're gonna have it launched through Game Pass. And oh boy, they're really in fucking trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, I seen the tweet as well. He also got absolutely fucking body slammed in it for it. Yeah.
But I mean, if the team wants to take more time on it, and if they're taking the criticism from what they saw at the showcase, and they're still working on that, and that's fine. They want to make a better game. Again, always, if they're gonna delay a game to make a better game, I'm good with it. They say this is one of the most ambitious ones they've done. I don't know if that's all hype or bullshit, but if it is, and they want to do more with it, sure, cool. Delayed game's a good game most of the time. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, most of the time.
Though, it's going to hurt Xbox's sales though at launch because there's no real draw there.
There is no reason to go and buy a Series X
on day one. No, not at all.
On day one, no. It's which I think, like as we've already spoken about, they're fine with. I don't think they don't care.
They don't really care that much. No, they have Game Pass, which is what they're pushing.
Yeah,
they want to sell that. So a game being delayed where they don't sell as many consoles. I think they've even gone on record saying if we don't sell that many consoles, it's whatever. We're here to move forward and do things differently.
It's such a
subscription.
It's a funny phrase that they keep using. It's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
They know where their strengths lie, and that is one of them. So that makes sense to go that direction. Yeah, I'm glad this has been delayed.
Yeah.
However long it needs. I'd take the full year. Take it into the next year if you have to, because this game has to do well for the franchise itself. If it doesn't, it's going to really struggle.
They've had a couple of rough goes with the last two.
Yeah,
they've been terrible, but the community hasn't wholly accepted them. Still reliving the glory days of the Bungie Halo.
Yeah,
they really do need a win with this one. Otherwise, it's gonna probably put the franchise in like a little bit of trouble. No doubt they'll always kind of keep making it, but if it keeps taking hits like this, it's gonna be really hard for them to justify putting all that manpower into it.
Yeah, and I don't know. For me, the writing was on the wall when we first saw it. It just didn't look ready. It not only did it look, textures were popping in, and just the game didn't look good, and all the other issues that everyone brought up about it. And it's like, and no multiplayer. It's like fucking, yeah. It didn't feel ready, and turns out it wasn't. And it looks like, from the feedback they've got from everyone who was pretty vocal about the showcase, yeah, they've done would have been hard. Would have been really hard. There would have been some fucking high-level meetings getting taken place. Like, this hurts our huge forecast. And I bet you, Microsoft, not just the Xbox division, Microsoft would have been heavily involved with what the hell is going on. Like, yeah. If you're delaying your flagship game from the launch of your console, it's definitely a big move. So props to them for actually doing it.
To do it, because I mean, they could have released a half-baked game and
fixed it.
It would have and fixed it afterwards. But again, ultimately, that would have been worse.
And it's like, it's also in a weird spot because they come out and announce Halo multiplayer is free.
Yeah,
it's a weird announcement to make and then delay the game. So that's what makes me think like there's something going on. Like, you see the difference there? Like, I think they were ready for it. They wanted to launch, but I think someone's pulled them up about it and said, nah, it feels someone stepped in, or someone from Microsoft has stepped in and gone, hey, no. You only get one chance to launch this game. Do not fuck it up. Take it off and put it away. Go fix it. Do whatever you need. Yeah.
What would be interesting if we saw the multiplayer launch first?
It's not a bad move if it's free. I mean, you just watch it as like,
oh, hey guys, the whole game isn't ready. We're still working on some of the story elements. Here's free multiplayer. Improvements will be coming.
Yeah, well, the
Let's
multiplayer
talk
is
about the
normally it's never as graphically intense anyway because no
exactly.
one's
It'd be a
playing it for
faster
the graphics.
fix. To
Yeah, yeah, it's not a bad idea.
so when do you think we'll be seeing this?
But not till November next year. It'll be an end of year launch, end of year title for next year.
End of year title next year. You reckon?
Yeah, yeah, they'll take it away, and that's how far back I think this thing is not like it just doesn't look ready, man.
I think we'll
There's
see it
not a
around
lot to-
Easter.
Easter, you reckon?
You know, like that Easter kind of launch window you get with a few titles, like that April March kind of area. I think we might see it about then.
Yeah, it's a big
'Cause that-
Sony month. Like
Yeah.
Sony generally drop something, one of their first parties around that time as well, because it's true. Like having that pre the crazy Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That gives them what, another 6-8 months.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Depends on what they want to do, or like none of us will
Yeah.
know how the game was not made or not ready, or what maybe they've got. Who knows? They might have settled for something far less than what their vision was, and now they've gone right. No, this is like
the opportunity to kind of go for that.
Yeah, like here's the Halo we want to give you is with ray tracing and looking real pretty and all the rest of it. That's what we can give you, but we just need the time to do it. Maybe that's what's happening. Moving on. 505 games paywalls control. This is a bit dirty.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Han. Your Discord's been weird. Just give it a second. I think we're okay. We're good.
Stupid Discord. Remedy's Control is getting a new $40 Ultimate Edition that bundles every update and bit of downloadable content that has been released since the game originally launched in 2019. It will come out August 27th on Steam for PC, then on September 10th on the Epic Games Store and both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One digitally. Notably, buying the new console version will serve as a ticket that grants you a free digital upgrade to the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X versions via smart delivery when it becomes available. Unfortunately, this means people who bought the game when it originally released won't get the same next-gen treatment. According to the publisher 505 Games site, the free upgrade path to Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 versions of Control is only available for the Control Ultimate Edition.
There had to be a first one to do it.
This is, exactly.
Yeah. Everyone was like, it's free, it's fine. Because, Microsoft were like kind of leaning the elbow and it's like, you fucking give it to them for free. And these guys, this is the first. And it'll, depending on how it's received.
EA have done it as well. They're not.
Have they?
They're not handing out free upgrades. Was it EA? There's another big company's come out.
EA's doing it free as well. Every other company now has done it free so far.
I'm sure we covered something recently that EA was doing their own thing.
Yeah, but it still wasn't paid.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not too sure. Either way, 505 are just like they're.
Here's the thing though, right? Right now, you can still buy Control for like full price, basically. But in a month, you can get the ultimate. And if you buy that, and you maybe you bought this like 3 days ago, because they just had all that hype for the Alan Wake based DLC. Oh, get into this, and now you've got a $40 edition with everything included. And if you're playing on Xbox, you don't get the upgrades if you're going to the next gen. Which ultimately is the only reason you're buying an Xbox or a PlayStation this early anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it's a bit fucking scummy.
It's very scummy.
Yeah.
I think they're just riding on the success of the game, maybe, because it did do really well and it reviewed really well and it won a shit ton of awards. It was getting awards everywhere. So maybe that's what they're just like, fucking screw it. We'll just milk the rest of this game for what it's worth. Or maybe they didn't reach some targets for the DLC that they've been dropping. The Foundation and stuff like that. I don't think it did exceptionally well. But.
Yeah, I haven't seen any reviews out on that. Have you caught anything yet?
I saw a couple. It's good. It's not earth-shattering. Like, it's just more of the same.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's more control. You just get a couple of different little powers and techniques to use.
Right. But I mean, you hate to see it, man.
Yeah.
Like, so oh yeah, no, you're just gonna buy a like even if there was like they had a way, no doubt they'll turn around with all this bad press on. I'm like, all right, we will give you the upgrade, but you still got to pay for it for the people that have the previous version.
Oh,
They'll find a way to charge for it.
Yeah, 100%, and that's
It's
yeah.
Oh man, it's just the game was so like from what I'd say, I haven't played it yet, and I was questioning whether I will now. But because I mean, as like the $40 edition is a great fucking bundle, but I'm like at the same time, I'm like, do I support this? Do I want to encourage this kind of shit? And I don't.
No,
So
exactly.
So I'm in this spot where I don't want to buy the game now, but I want to play it still because I heard it was really good.
Well, vote with your wallet, man. Vote with your wallet. Hey, I still feel good for not supporting bloody Bungie and their shitty Destiny shit they were doing. Yeah, I still feel good for staying out of that and ready to support them when they drop that big stuff this year. Next year.
So if you are looking at buying Control, don't do it till the 10th of September. Because you get it a lot cheaper and a lot better, providing you want to support this bullshit kind of practice. But that's up to you. I'm not gonna make a judgment for you on that one, but there's a good deal of Control coming up. Just quietly.
Next up, back to Ghost of Tushima. So everyone pronounces that so differently.
I know, it's one of those words, man.
Yeah, I've seen heaps of people do it differently. This came out of absolute left field. This next piece, but according to a post on the PlayStation blog, which we now is 100% true, Legends is an entirely new game mode that doesn't follow the adventures of Jin at all. Instead, it revolves around 4 warriors, legends in Tushima, and the locations and enemies will be more fantastical and based on Japanese folk tale and mythology. Legends will be exclusively reserved for co-op with groups of 2 to 4. You can choose one of 4 character classes to play as. You can choose the samurai, hunter, ronin, or the assassin, each with their own unique abilities. With 2 players, you can take on co-op story missions. With the full group of 4, you can take on a wave-based survival missions, and there will also be a super difficult 4-player raid coming sometime after Legends launches. It is set to launch in spring this year.
If someone told you,
no, I would have said
want multiplayer. Like, and I bet they bring multiplayer for Ghost of Tsushima when this first launched. There is no way you would believe that shit.
Mm-mm.
I just
no, and man, I watched the trailer today.
It looks good. It looks real fucking good.
Really
man.
good.
I'm real excited. I'm like, yes.
We're definitely gonna have to get in on that. It comes with a fucking raid. There's a four-man raid.
4-man raid. Fucking let's go. I mean, like they've got like there's like the sling mechanics in there too. From like that was very basic in the main game. It's kind of trees, but it's like just slinging a fucking floating lamps in the air and shit. So it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's really good. It'd be interesting because we haven't really seen much like this before. But wave-based survival is like, okay. But the co-op missions sound pretty cool.
Well, yeah, it sounds like so you can do the co-op missions, with 2 to 4 players. And then also, it's got wave-based mode, like a horde mode, whatever you want, and whatever the raid's going to be. But it's a free DLC. It's a free update.
This is how it's done.
This shit is rare, man. For getting this from
companies.
And it's not a small game. It's a fucking AAA game that did exceptionally well. They have every right, and it's a huge game. They have every right to tack on this for $5-10 if they wanted.
Yeah, and people, I would happily pay that. $10-15. Fuck yeah. Multiplayer raids. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Let's try it out. Especially playing the fucking samurai. Yes. But they're free. Yes. And Like, just when was the last time we saw a free DLC like this? Out of nowhere, it wasn't planned, it wasn't tacked onto the game because it was cut out.
No,
Brought
I
the
don't
game
know.
back. I
I
can't.
honestly,
I just can't remember any AAA game that has come out with a free DLC like this in years.
I remember Naughty Dog removing The Last of Us 2's multiplayer because they couldn't get it finished in time, and they're going to put that back in later. I don't know if that you pay. I don't think you'll pay for it though. But still, when they removed it,
they removed it because it wasn't ready.
yeah.
This is different though. Like this, like there was no murmurings of this. There was no maybe
No,
this
this
will happen. It just came out
this
of
is
nowhere.
this has been ready though. This is not something they've just cooked up overnight.
This is planned.
Yeah, this has been well planned, but it's also been well kept. I'm thinking like, well, why wouldn't you do a big announcement for this or something? Like have it like at the last PlayStation 5 doohickey thing they had. Why not tease it there? I don't know. Maybe because the game's just come out.
Yeah, maybe. But still really cool, and it makes me think like because like normally with single player games, I'll play them through, and I'll keep them for a while, and then I might lend them to a friend, or I'll trade them in, get something else with it, you know, because I'm not single player games. I generally only play through once, and if I want to play through a second time, I'm happy to like buy it at, when it's like
cheaper again in a couple of years.
Cheaper again, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yep. So this is really good because I might just hang on to Ghost because if we got this, I wonder if they've got anything else in the works for the next 6 months. They do this and do the raid, and they go, people really like that. Let's give them some more of that, and this could continue.
Let's turn it into a full online level up your samurai. Oh, dude, sign me.
Oh my god, yes.
Get the loot drop.
If this was the case, I would have character cards for all these motherfuckers.
I can't believe we get 4 classes to choose from, all with unique abilities and different playstyle. That's going to be. Ugh.
So I mean, you've got your samurai, which is basically, I'm assuming, we're very close to what Jin was in the game.
Yeah.
Hunter will be range, so I'm thinking bows and arrows, traps, as well.
Yeah, probably. Assassin, obviously, and ninja.
Yeah. Disappearing action. The Ronin though, I can't pick what the Ronin will be. Will it just be like a support class, or just a pure damage?
Probably damage dealer because you fight Ronin in the game and they're pretty hard.
Yeah, they're really fast and really hard hitting.
Yeah, and they got different movesets. So maybe that's, I don't know. Yeah. I'm keen to see more of it. When does it? They haven't given us it's just coming at the end of the year sometime. So
yeah, spring this year. It said fall, but for us it's spring, so that's not far away. Like September's around the corner, so we'll be seeing this like probably October, I reckon.
Yeah, that is, man. Sucker Punch coming through with the fucking, here you go, world, take this, have this free bit of awesome, amazing content for free
from our amazing game that was super pretty. And
that's right.
Oh man, photo mode with 4 fucking people.
That's going to be disabled. There's no way you're
gonna. No, I need that. No. Don't you?
I'm not playing with you because you'll just be like, can you just stand by the fucking falling maple tree, please, for 5 more minutes?
Now look to your left. Power Rangers pose, guys. Everyone in different stances. Let's go.
Yeah. Show me your wind stance. Grey, little to the left. That'll be you.
Stop moving.
Fucking Jesus, I'll chop you.
All right, I love it.
Let's go on to the next and final news piece for today. It is Epic Games versus Apple and Google. So this is a bit of a long one, so strap yourself in for a bit. Apple and Epic are currently clashing over Apple's governance of its App Store, specifically the 30% fee that Apple charges for transactions within apps and games offered on the iOS and iPad devices. Earlier today, Epic sought to circumvent that system by offering a direct payment option in Fortnite through a back-end update, which was not approved by Apple. In response, Apple banned Fortnite from the App Store, claiming Epic's update violates its policies. Epic was seemingly ready for this and launched a lawsuit and PR campaign, including announcing that it will premiere a new short film within the game called 1980 Fortnite. in an obvious parody of Apple's iconic 1984 commercial that introduced the original Macintosh computer. The original advertisement, directed by Ridley Scott, portrayed Apple and the Macintosh as a rebellious upstart willing to challenge the status quo with the tagline, "You'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984," referencing the dystopian novel by George Orwell, where the world is ruled by totalitarian superstates and freedom of thought is forbidden. Presumably, Epic's new short will reverse that position and portray Apple and its App Store policies as the oppressive regime in need of a shock to its system. In the lawsuit, Epic referred to Apple as a monopoly power and accused the iPhone maker of unfair and anti-competitive actions. Google likewise removed Fortnite from the Google Play Store, leading Epic Games to also file suit against Google. Epic has also filed a preliminary injunction asking the courts to prevent Apple from cutting it off from its developers program. Otherwise, Apple says Epic has until August 28th to make the changes. Okay.
Well done.
Good work. I got through.
I'm sorry.
I think I did. I think I did pretty well
on that one.
I did pretty well.
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. Solid.
I think I did pretty good. I'm
proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm sending you a gift.
Yes. All right. Give me your.
So
yeah, that was a really long read, that one.
Yes, this has been happening a week. It's a bit tit fucking tat. But honestly, I mean, let's just start out with Epic referring to Apple as a monopoly power, considering how Epic got itself in the market to start with by literally fucking buying everything to overtake Steam, or trying to.
What? When Epic started? Epic Games have been going around for ages.
No, they're their launcher, right? They're the most recent kind of endeavors, right? So Epic Games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
gotcha.
so they're on Apple for the exact same thing that they've been doing in the past. They're the bad guys because we're smaller, but we're still doing it.
They also charge a lot. They also charge a lot less. It's not like they're going over to Steam and going, "Hey, come here, we'll take go to the publishers, avoid Steam, and we'll charge you the same amount." It's no, we're come to us, we'll give you money to start with, and we'll only charge 12% or whatever it is they fucking use.
Yeah.
So it is. I can see where you're going, but yeah, it is a little bit different.
I wasn't saying exactly, but it's just the comparison there is an interesting one to make. But basically, this is big company getting mad at big company because they're taking some of big company's money instead of them keeping them for themselves. That's what it boils down to. Yeah,
I mean, they're gonna. I don't know.
And also, just the weaponizing of the Fortnite community is just fucking gross, man.
Did they weaponize? I didn't even seen the ad. Like, I didn't see the ad.
It was like the whole ad. Like, it was parodying like it was the whole black and white and had like a big Apple head character on the screen, like being very dictatorish. And at the end of it, it's like hashtag free Fortnite, and they're encouraging people to go around spam this, like, and it's like, oh no, just why? No, this is no, just like sure, have your lawsuits, do your own thing, but why are you involving like?
So
why
are they trying to get money off Apple, or are they just trying to get Apple to lower their 30% down to something a bit more manageable?
Probably both.
Because I didn't see anywhere that they're not actually. They're not suing Apple for money. Like, they're not going for damages or anything. They just want that 30% that Apple take to be lowered, because 30% is fucking ridiculous, man.
It is.
Like, that is a huge market cut. Like, for what? What does Apple do? Nothing. They provide they provide a fucking iOS and a store. That's it.
Yeah.
And still can, but so it's all right. I understand, like, Epic Games are huge. They got a gajillion. What about all the other poor bastards that do small games? They still got to pay fucking 30% to Apple, and they got no chance, absolutely no chance of standing. So Epic should be fucking commended, man, for standing up and actually having a crack at them, because Apple is way bigger than fucking Epic Games. Microsoft Microsoft got boned over by Apple and whatnot for, you can't have xCloud on it, and they just literally put their tail between their legs and went, okay, Whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
You
I
got
don't think
have it.
Microsoft cared about it that much. So okay, cool, we'll do our own thing.
Yeah, but
Like
if
I said, this
one,
this is this is good. I understand what Epic are doing, but I don't like the way they've gone about it. Sure, fight it, that's fine. The fact they're just like kind of like smear campaign at the same time is
yeah,
just
I've got to go watch
it's
the
fucking
ad.
gross. Just
And they
like
had it all. They had it already too, which is
yeah,
it's
like
like
they knew this was coming. They did it intentionally. Like this is an obvious intentional move to do this. They were ready to go.
yeah.
So they knew this wasn't like it's a reactionary thing. It's like, all right, we're going to do this. And the second this happens, this is what we're fucking doing. This is a power play.
Well,
And they're
someone's got to. I don't
using
know.
the internet to help them with that, which is just
Are they going to win though? I don't even.
I don't think they will.
I don't know enough about it.
Um,
All I know is one big company is pissed off at another bigger company, and one doesn't want to pay insane.
one-
30% is ridiculous.
yeah,
To be fair, that is just. And I mean, I know other stores. I know other stores do it. Like PlayStation do it, Xbox do it. You know, they charge 30%. But I don't think they charge 30% for in-game stuff. That's what Epic are pissed off about. It's their in-game stuff.
it's in-game stuff where you get the
So I can understand Apple taking a 30 cut off a game, something off their store where
Well,
it's a one and done thing. Like that's it.
Yeah.
But
I think that's where Apple makes the money off the App Store is with that's with especially mobile games is in-app purchases, and that's where they make their money. They tax it off there. I don't think they actually charge you to be on the store. As far as I know, it's just or maybe there is like a one-off price, but that's how they like it's like a service tax. Yeah, so you pay us 30% of whatever to stay on the store. I mean, it's 30% is fucking steep. Don't get me wrong, but
it is.
I mean,
it's hugely steep, man. And it's weird. Why not? Why didn't they just do a fucking backdoor deal? We go, all right, like, yeah, we understand. Like, you obviously, how much money would that generate on that store?
Well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe there was a backdoor deal drafted, and Apple told them to get fucked.
Could be. Like, why
And
not?
then-
Go, all right, for your V-Bucks, we will charge 10%. We want 10% of all the V-Bucks you sell on that store for us providing you a store. That's a better pill to swallow than 30%.
Yeah.
But still, yeah.
The interesting outcome of this though is if Epic is cut off from the developer program, any game on the iOS store, as far as I understand it, that is running Unreal Engine will be removed.
Mm.
So that's
it's also the Mandalorian and everything.
Yeah, that's not a small move for Apple to make. So, cool. Anything you guys have anything to do with for removing entirely?
Which they maybe, yeah. But maybe Epic Games know how far their engine and everything because it's in the Mandalorian and all that. Like that is powered by the Unreal Engine, so you'd have to remove that from the App Store. You couldn't have the Star Wars fucking series on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, mate.
If that happens, that'll be a massive blow to Epic. If they go through with that, like, because I mean, a lot, like I said, most of their money comes from Fortnite and the Unreal Engine. All their money comes from there, realistically.
Yep. Yeah,
And
but it's not
there.
As much as it'll hurt them in the short term. Like they're not going anywhere long term. Like it's not going to be enough to shut the company down. What it's going to do, it's going to make it. It puts Apple in a bad light. It paints them pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be the money hungry people that want that extra money. That's it. And especially if you start taking, fucking hell, Fortnite might not get that far, but you target some nerdy Star Wars dude, he will picket and riot to get Star Wars back on his iOS device.
This is very true. It's just big companies being big companies. I understand why 30% is fucked. It's fucking steep. But it's not like Epic can't afford it.
No, but it's also
they just want more of the money.
Yeah, but it's also the principle of it too.
Yeah, they also want more of the money. There's the principle there. That's nice.
Again, 100% they want more of the money. Like, definitely. There's no, why would you go through this if you did? But they also wouldn't have gone through this if they didn't think they can win. They know they'll get it. They know they'll get it.
They'll get a compromise at least, I think.
Yeah.
They'll do some kind of deal, but
There'll be something happening behind closed doors
yeah,
whenever it happens.
This will all go away, and then, or maybe it won't. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see how this develops. If Apple bends the knee or just fucking backhands Epic into the fucking oblivion, just fuck off then, go on. Don't need your fucking money anyway. We sell iPhones, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's it. And iPads and super expensive fucking computers.
And we'll charge you we'll charge you $300 for repairs, which is just putting a new screen cover on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Apple, the same company that removed 3mm headphone jacks, and next phones aren't coming with power supplies and top tier stuff.
Top tier shit, man. Top
tier stuff. Yeah. Maybe if Epic win this, then who knows what else they'll have to chop out of their next iPhone to get costs down.
No screens. They just go back to like the OG phones where it's like the tiny little fucking square screen. Yeah. We're going back to the 3310s.
Be a fucking Digimon one. Digimon screen. That'll be it. That's what we're getting. Well, that's it.
We're done.
That is us for the night, mate. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at deft_puppies. Gray, what about you?
Over on YouTube and Twitter as well, at Grey Aussie Gamer. And if you want to get in touch with the show, you can at Twitter at @left_pod. You can also catch us live on YouTube. Just go onto YouTube and type in 2 Left Thumbs Podcast. You'll see us pop up there. You can also find us 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday night on said YouTube channel. That's it, mate. That's all we've got.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week.
That you will.
Bye.